I'm Kazembe Miguel, young farmer in Clear Valley, St. Vincent. We are on the south of the island, dead south of the island. I went to the Clear Valley Government School, that's right in my district. And I went to the St. Vincent Boys Grammar School. And further on, I went to the community college, St. Vincent Community College. After there, I ventured into a law firm where I did a little office attendant. Then I went straight into agriculture, the Ministry of Agriculture, where I did data collection for District 3, which is my whole area. After that, I went straight into my own farming. Size of the farm right now is about 1.5 acres. And basically, we do sustainable farming, sustainable agriculture. We do root crops, we do tree crops, we do vegetables, horticulture, and we do animal rearing. The farm is sectional. We have it in different sections. We have the animal area, we have the vegetable grounds, we have the tree crops, which will be mainly fruit trees, mango, plum rose, tangerine, orange, coconut, guavas, and the list goes on. That will be incorporated throughout the whole farm. Then we have the horticulture section now, where we mainly do flowers. We do a lot of cut flowers, ornamentals, and potted plants. We also do large palms and a lot of different varieties of other flowers, such as bougainville, exoras, crotons, and the list goes on. Growing up, I went to the Ministry of Agriculture. I worked there for 2 years, and seeing how many people have lands and what they're doing, and the capability of me. As a young youth growing up, my father is an agriculturist. He's a farmer, and practically every day we are on the farm with him. Before we go to school, we have to help him, whether we have to tie out the goat, feed the ducks. So it becomes a part of me. It becomes a part of my everyday living. And it becomes a great interest to me, especially planting food. I'm a vegetarian. I love to eat vegetables and fruits, so I have to be growing what I eat and eat what I grow. It's a family farm, so everybody take interest. We have my sisters, they mainly take care of the animals, like the goats, ducks, pigeons, while I will deal with producing, where we'll be propagating the plants, repotting.
I'm from Miguel, the agronomist.
And what are you doing here this morning?
This morning? I am actually taking the goats out this morning.
Again, you said I could take a few shots of that.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so go ahead. Just go ahead.
I'm here, yeah.
So where are you taking them? Are you taking them out into the pastures?
We're taking them into green pastures. What we normally do, we do a rotation system where every week we rotate the animal in 3 different areas.
Why is that important?
It's important so that the animal won't develop or get any parasites, and to prevent overgrazing.
Oh,
so it will always have feed.
So do you supplement the natural food with any like food from the factory or anything like that?
Yes, we do use grass and we do use general purpose, because we also have the ducks as well, and the mothers we do supplement them. We do give animals their vitamins and minerals. As you can see, there is a mineral block. They just normally lick it, so that's why water is always in the pens for them. They do have green feed as well, we have leucaena, we have marigold, and we have the normal elephant grass that we fed them at evenings.
Can I ask, why did you decide to study agronomy? Did the fact that you grew up in a farming family have anything to do with it?
It have a part to do with it, but my passion is nature. And nature includes plants, animals, and the soil. It's a large corporation. If you do understand nature, you understand life.
Generally, I just love to see how plants grow. It's not only a sense of like, not only a job. It's more of a mind of peace. You know, you with your plants, you know, it can give you a sense of relaxedness, make you more humble, you know, so that you can think more, you know, you can see things differently. And the thing is that most of all my friends who are not into doctor, who want to be lawyer, who want to be teacher, who want to be contractors, you know, I say, but farming, nobody don't want to be farmer. You know, so it's like, I still want to show the youth them today that was coming now, that farming is really important. It's one of the ways to go, because within farming you have every aspect of life. You have teachers, because you have to teach your workers what to do, how to do it, when to do it. You have to be your own chemist. You have to know what kind of farming you into, especially organic or chemical. You have to know the mixtures to make to give your plant, especially if you have to spray. You're your own doctor, because if your plant is sick, you have to try and fix it. You have to try and cure the plant, try to make it better, try to heal it. So when I look at farming, farming is really surrounded by everything. So that one is really why I get into farming. Not just to go and plant and make money. That's not the whole idea. That's part of it. But there's a lot more to farming than just that. So that's why I'm into horticulture as well, flowers. I have fish. And you notice I have animal, ducks, birds, pigeons, because it is something that you have no limit. Some of the challenges are, well, we face as a family farm is that the thing is financial assistance, financial aid in that, because we are sustainable, we are doing sustainable farming. We try to produce most of our food to eat. You know, and the excess that we have now is to sell. So most of the capital that the farm make now is being put in back to it. So yeah, a lot of challenges, such like for instance, sourcing like tools, especially like little power tools like chainsaws, swipers, shedders, because these things we need them to upgrade. Then again, we like to open up to the public so people can come and visit and see how the farm is. You know, you can have an on-farm visit. So one of the things now is to put into place like bathroom, toilets, so that people can come when they come, especially at time like now with Corona. People need to wash their hands, keep themselves sanitary, need to use the washroom. Now one of the problems that we face as a family farm, we want to open it up to the public more, so that other people can come, visit, see what's going on, and have an idea, you know. It can encourage people too to do their own little farming. Then another problem that we face with the farm is fencing. The farm is not fully enclosed, so a lot of my ducks, goats, anytime they get away, you know, they might venture off into other people's premises and that will be a problem.
Have you approached the government, maybe through the farmer support company or even private financiers, to try to get the capital that you need to?
Yes.
And what was the outcome?
Yes. Well, so far I have approached Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I have been granted the grant to put in a full irrigation system throughout the whole farm. Yeah, and basically we are on our way of finishing up right now. We have a big pump, we have some tanks, because I'm doing water harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm harvesting all the rainwater in big tanks. We have pump now, timers. Basically in the dry weather time, because as I said, we're on the south of the island, which is very prone to serious dry weather. So water is very important to the farm. So with this irrigation system now, it will be possible now to farm throughout the dry weather.
Do you have any problems with predatory larceny, like people coming and stealing your stuff or anything like that?
Well, the only problem is goat. Ram goat. Yeah. I don't know why. Everything else is okay, but the goat, once they get to see the goat, and most of the time they steal them is like all.
Wow.
It's like half your flock gone. Sometimes you have dogs coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why we really have to
Keep them fenced in.
Yeah, because a few months, last year, believe me, I lost about 10 goat one night with dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a blow.
Yeah. Then and they do so the suffer came, and I think it was the Saturday morning when the suffer blow. A big blow. And they came out and made about 6-7 goat die.
From the ash.
I don't know, they just on the ground with ash coming out the nose like frat. Yeah.
How did you feel when you saw that?
Well, sometimes you feel, like you just want to give up, but you can't give up. You're done into it, and it's something to make you stronger. Yeah, when you go into it now, you try to make your animal more secure, more better. Every time you lose, you come in better.
So you look at it as a learning experience, I guess.
Yeah.
Do they ever fly away?
Yeah, well, occasionally, especially like when the heavy rain comes, you might when the gutter now and you might end up farther down below. So I goes now and collect them and bring them back. Yeah.
So what do you put them in when you collect them?
I just hold them with my hands and bring them up. Yeah, so sometimes I with like 4 or 5 dogs coming up the road.
But you have to make a lot of trips sometimes, I guess.
Sometimes I make like 5-6 trips. Yeah, just going and bring forward, going back and forth.
Why is it important to secure them or lock them away in the night?
Dogs. Yeah, all the low income over here. We have a lot of dogs in the night that be letting go sometimes. People let go the dogs. Yeah, when they do come, what they don't eat,
They kill.
they kill. And what they cannot catch will just fly away. So sometimes I have to be going all over collecting duck. Yeah.
But they're pretty tame, I guess. So even when you go to collect them, they don't fly away from you.
No. Well, me, they don't fly away. But if you go, the time you see you there, up and they gone. Yeah. And sometimes what I do, sometimes they might have cookie down by the school, by the river or something. I just leave them.
They just leave them there.
Yeah. Leave them in a natural habitat. See if they can increase something. But the problem is again, people see them and want to catch them to eat.
Oh.
If you understand, sometimes you try to encourage something, but people defeat the whole purpose of it. And that's something I like to do. Like just collect through and put down by the school river. Can you keep the place clean around it too, you know what I mean?
And it's also good. Kids would be curious to go and just look at them and
Look
that
at
kind of
them
stuff.
and them stuff. Yeah, anybody, big people, kids, and close to the school. So I was saying that, but...
And that's for the benefit of the viewers.
For everybody.
The Clare Valley Government School we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where you and I went. Yeah.
Try to encourage that, but a couple of occasions, people went and catch the ducks. Yeah. See this wild duck.
The farm is a business.
Yeah.
And as a business, how successful is it?
Well, it's getting there. It's successful, but as I'm saying, sometimes you don't get it overnight. You have to put in a lot of hard work before you get success.
You spoke about opening up the farm to the public to educate people and maybe to help them to get more interested in farming. Has your family considered things like farm tourism, agricultural tourism, like during the tourism season?
Yes, we have. So that's why I'm saying now we have to put the necessary things in place, like restroom, little benches, have it properly enclosed, so that we can accommodate people. Because before the corona came in, I used to have a lot of schools coming. You have classes, teachers with phone, they have a science project, they want to bring their students to the farm so that they can see what's going on, have a hands-on with the plants, with the animals. So we did a lot of that, and that was one of the problems, accommodating the large amount of children, especially with restrooms and those stuff.
You have locks on your hair.
Right.
I don't know if that's a style or if it's a religion or philosophy.
No, most people say religion, but I say way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not for style. I grew up in a Rastafarian home, which you still have a Rastafarian home. My father, my mother, and most of my siblings are Rastafarian.
And how does that affect your approach to nature, your approach to farming?
Well, it gives you a more natural approach, a more, how to put it, let me just say natural. Mm-hmm. It's more natural because...
So you're not involved in chemicals and all of that?
No.
Your farming is organic?
No chemicals, organic. Most of the time I even produce my own sprays organically. I take stuff from the farm and I make my own sprays. I make my own manure and I do a lot of composting.
Do you market your farm as organic? Because we know that organic stuff today fetches...
I will love to, but in Silvers here now we're not fully standardized with organic stuff, so I don't really want to say too much about organic, so I will put it natural farming. Until we do have the certification, I can say organic. For instance,
what about using the term chemical free? That would be true, would it not?
Yeah, that's another term, chemical free. That's another term, because we might say organic now, somebody tell you prove it. And you can't really prove something for yourself. You have to have somebody to come in now to test it and say, okay then, Mr. Miguel, your farm is free of any chemical and pesticides and right.
So I'm going to put you on the spot a little. You spoke about your Rastafarian philosophy.
Right.
Very early up you said that you're vegetarian.
Right.
But I see you're rearing a lot of animals. What are you rearing them for?
Well, I love animals too. And if you're doing organic farm, sustainable farming, you cannot do it without animals. Because they play a very important role on the farm. They help in the cleaning. The duck, they eat the grass, they eat the pests, they eat ground puppy, grasshoppers, boo-boo. The guinea fowl, they're responsible for eating ticks, mites. Mm-hmm. So all those mites on the plants, they walk around and they eat them off. They pick them off. The goats, they help with the clearing of the land. If you want to plant something, you can tie the goats there, they help to clear the land. So you don't have to go and spin a gramophone. In turn, when you pen them, you get a lot of goat dung, which we use for our composting, which is now used for planting. So instead of we using synthetic manure and fertilizer, we use compost. So we plant with compost and we try, even with the flowers, we use compost.
In terms of meat production, do you sell the ducks or any of the animals for people who want to eat them?
We do sell the ducks, because after a while you get an overcrowd. And when you get an overcrowd now, you can run into problems. If you have too much of animal to your farm, they can eat all of your crops. So you have to keep the ratio equal. And another thing again, I will have to go into duck egg. Yeah, because basically my ducks they lay a lot of egg, and I have people who come to the farm and they request the duck eggs. You know, they say like, you have duck egg, we will take every week. And you have a lot of like Filipinos and foreigners, Italians in the country. So the Syrians too, they're interested with the duck eggs. You know, so sometimes it's not just about the meat too. So it could be about the egg. Same time you get in the manure, you get in the cleaning. So it's an all-win situation.
And what are the pigeons? Why do you keep so many pigeons?
As I say, you end up keeping 2, you end up with 50. Yeah. Basically you end up with 50. But the pigeon too, they do a good compost. You know, so everybody contributing to the farm. Yeah, and for instance now, a parent might visit the farm with their children. They see pigeon. Oh, mommy, I want to pay a pigeon. So, you know, I can sell a pay of pigeon to help to contribute some income to help the farm upgrade.
How much do you sell a pair of pigeons for, generally?
Well, generally, it's like you pay from 45.
What is this one?
This one is orchids.
Orchids are pretty difficult to grow, aren't they?
Well, kind to the varieties. Most orchids do not require soil. They are more A plants, so they just require like a surface and they just take over. So they require a lot of coolness, moisture.
Mr. Miguel, when I came here this morning, I met you cutting flowers.
Oh.
You said that a client had requested some flowers.
Flowers, yes.
For a funeral. Tell us about the horticulture part of your operation.
Okay. Well, the horticulture part of the operation is now coming fully in swing. We do a lot of cut flowers, which you can use for wreath, bouquets, for events like wedding, funerals, birthdays, and you can also do it for like restaurants, hotels, guest house, and even your own personal home. You can have a vase with flowers, cut flowers in it. So that's one of the things we're trying to reach out to, cut flowers, where you can get like heliconas, ginger lilies, orchids, buttercups, you just name it and we produce it. We even do like grape leaves, palm leaves, mango leaves. We use all the plants around here within our cut flower.
Grape leaves and mango leaves?
Yes, because you might want a tropical looks. You can take the grapevine and you can wrap it around something, make it look more interesting, like a grape is growing there. I even have ornamental pineapples. I actually get those. I was invited to international flower show in Martinique in 2015 by the government of Martinique, by the Horticulture Society, where Semester went there. We went to display talents from our country, dealing with decorating with flowers, cut flowers, live flowers. So while we were there, I did picked up that specimen.
And also, when you were cutting the flowers, one of the things that you told me that you've seen before outside of St. Vincent were like 3...
Yes, containers of cut flowers.
What size containers?
20, 40. I even see up to 100 foot.
Being exported?
Being exported.
From where to where?
From Martinique to France. From Martinique to Germany, and from Martinique to Russia.
So you're saying that there is an international market for this thing?
Yes, very large, very big, very big. But one of the problems is that we cannot produce enough at the time to do that, because I'm just a small farm, small horticulture who producing flowers here in St. Louis. We have few of the bigger ones, but not much. So that's why I say now open the farm to people so that they can be encouraged to do it. But these are what I'm specializing in. These are desert rose. You have all colors, all shape.
Why do they call them desert rose?
Well, they basically originated from Madagascar, Africa. It's an African plant which actually loves sun. And if you notice, the flower itself is more of a rose looking.
And these are for sale as potted plants?
Yes, these are for sale as potted plants. We have a lot of people, they come and they walk through because they get different colors. So as they bloom out, people come and they select their colors.
How do you propagate them? How do you grow them?
These want to grow from seed.
Seeds?
Seeds, yes.
So does the flower turn into like a fruit or something like that? Or?
No. These are just for beautification. These are just for...
So where do you get the seeds from?
Well, I started with 2-3 plants. Try pollinating them, get seed. After a while, I'm doing all my own seeds. This is...
So it's a seed pod there?
Seed pod here. Yeah. So I do all my seeds. So from 5 plants to thousands. You can put this right here and you can come back 5 years after that. And this right here. 5 years after, I'll be a bigger plant.
So it doesn't need a lot of soil to grow?
No. And it does not need a lot of water. So in the dry time, the flowers more. In the rainy time, they have more green foliage. Yeah. So these plants will be good for places like Canawan, Mustique, Beckway, Union Island, Petty St. Vincent. These go excellent. Yeah. And they grow very good along the coastal side.
Because it's dry there also?
Yes, and because of the texture of the leaf, they're very rubbery. They can withstand salt. Salt will not do the leaf, nor the chunk, anything. And as you can see, we have them at different sizes. We have small ones, we have big ones, we have large ones, we have tall ones. And if you do not grow them from the seed, you do not get this cortex.
What? Explain that, please.
The big chunk, like the big root. If you grow it from cuttings, all you get is just one straight plant.
These ones are not potted, are they? For
no, these are growing for the roots. For instance, now someone come, oh, I'm looking for a big root desert rose. You can come
And doing this will not harm the plant, would it?
No. These are why these are here like this. So client come, they want a big one, they walk, they look. Oh, I want this one. Come, I take it off. Look at that.
How long does it take for this to reach this size?
Well, this plant is about 5 years old.
So I guess it can live for a very long time.
Yes, they actually get, it can get it can be the biggest tree in the area if you leave it. Yeah.
And how long does it take before it starts producing seed pods?
As long as it starts to flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now what I do is I hand pollinate these.
How do you do that?
Well, that's my secret. Yeah. See, single petal. Now we up here now. We see like triple petals. it with this one. The different.
So is this as a result of your style of pollination, or is
Yes.
it?
Yes. So these kind of like some of my signature plants. You want to just go anywhere and see those like that. We try to do a lot of exotic fruit as well. We have grapes. We have fruits like langon. That's a new variety of fruit I looking to introduce to St. Vincent to make it like how we have mangoes and stuff. Yeah, it's more from ackee, a guinea. Yeah, it's more of the family for guinea, but it's more sweeter. Yeah, we have a lot of carambona, which is 5 fingers, sweet ones. We have plums. I have 3 varieties of plums. I have the Beckwith plum, which is the red plum. We have Jamaican plum, which is the yellow plum. And I have a mixture of both. It's bigger. It's the same color of the yellow plum, but it's just like the red plum.
Oh.
Yes, I have 3 different, well, 4. We have the big hack plum. Yeah. We have Suriname cherry. We have Brazilian cherry, Suriname cherry. We have black, we have red, we have guavas. We have different varieties of guavas. We have red guavas, we have bell-shaped guavas, we have white, we have red. This is one of our exotic fruits here. This is a small fruit, you know, coming.
What's it called?
Rambutan. That's the rambutan. Yeah, it's a more Asiatic fruit.
How long have you had it?
Well, it's been there for 5 years now. 5 years.
Has it ever borne anything?
Not as yet.
Not as yet.
Within 10 years, it bear.
But some people might say 10 years to wait for a tree to bear is a long time.
No, it's a short time. Believe me, 10 years will come and go so far, and they might say 10 years, and within 7 years it bear.
Oh.
Yeah, it depends on the soil, depends on the condition, depends on how you treat your plant. If you love your plant more, it be faster for you.
This is your grapevine, of course.
Grapevine. We have grapevine here.
Is it difficult to grow grapes in St. Vincent?
No, it's very easy. The most difficult part of grapes growing in St. Vincent is keeping them pruned.
Why is that important?
Because the more foliage you get, you know, you're easier to subject it to pests and bacterial disease. So more you keep it clean, more less bushes, good.
How long does it take before it starts bearing?
Well, it depends. It depends on the varieties, it depends on the plant that you get to. For instance now, I sell a lot of grape plants. When you get a plant from me, within 1 to 2 years, you start to get grape. And as the year progresses, they bear more.
So more crops per year?
Yeah, I mean
Oh, it produces more grapes?
More grapes, yeah.
More grapes,
As
okay.
the plant get older, it produces more grapes.
And about for how long can a grape plant live, do you know?
Wow. I haven't really studied it, you know, but they live pretty long.
Do you know how long you've had these plants?
Yeah, these grape plants is about, say, 10 years over 10 years.
10 years old.
I have grapes right here, look at this. All these grapes coming here.
So what do you do with these grapes?
Well, for now, what I do, I have a friend, a family, they're into wine production.
So you supply them?
Yes, for now.
So these are seeded grapes?
Seeded grapes. These are more wine varieties. Yes. But I'm really interested in getting some table grapes. Yeah, and all we need is just like cuttings. Like piece of a plant, and voila. Within 1 year, 2 years we have this. So I have to come now and clean back all this. And only leave one vine go down. It's medicine.
So you were saying that it tastes just like sugar cane?
Sugar cane, yeah. You eat one and it drops your sugar level. So if your sugar level is very high, you can take this, you can suck on it, eat it, you can make juice with it, and drop your sugar level.
So it's good for diabetics?
Diabetics. We do birds as well. Parakeet. I did budgies as well, but we're not coping too well with the parakeets. I had to give them to a friend.
I do eat meat, but I'm concerned about animal welfare.
Right.
And one of the things I noticed was the size of your cage, how big it was.
Oh.
You have a lot of space in which you fly.
Right.
Also, you have some grass in there, an area that is covered from the sun, and then an
Right.
open area. How important is that?
Well, basically, what we're trying to do now, we're trying to create a habitat for the bird as natural as possible. So the spacing, what we're landscaping inside of the pen. We're putting plants, we're putting grass, we're putting little fruit trees, we're putting swings. You know, we try to incorporate with almost everything out in the nature. So when the bird's in the pen, it's almost there in the nature still. But just need to kind of fly out.
And let's go back to the animals a little. Like, I see you supplementing like their dad, like the duck.
Right.
What are you feeding them with? Is it corn, whole corn?
Yes, corn, whole corn. Yeah. Well, sometimes I do buy feed from the factory for them, but that is when there is no fruit at all bearing on the farm. Because the ducks, they eat everything. Mango, plum rose, plum, golden apple, grapes, you name it. They eat everything. So you don't have a lot of spoilage, like waste to be around the place, lying about. Yeah, so I will encourage other farmers now who have a lot of waste, even people who sells in the market. Instead of them be throwing that away, I can come collect that to give to the ducks. You know, they eat everything. So it's a good way of getting rid of farm produce, like waste.
The fruits, the ones that you actually harvest, what do you do with them?
Well, most of the time with the fruits, I have so much of people who visit my farm just to look for fruits and flowers. Sometimes it's impossible for me to leave the farm with fruits to go and sell.
So everything is sold here?
Yeah. Sometimes even if I have to go and take some fruits for like someone in the village and I'm walking, from I leave my gate with the fruits, everybody's like, sell me that please, sell me that, you selling? I was like, no, this for somebody. So I'm trying to encourage people to come to the farm so that they can see what's going on, and you know, it's a more, how to put it, it's a good way for people so that they can see what they're eating.
And how it's produced.
How it's produced. Most people, they go to the supermarket, they go to the market, they buy produce, they buy stuff, and they don't know actually where it comes from. They don't know the process, and if they actually go and see the process of some of them, they actually will be, you know. So I encourage them to come, you know, have a little walk, see the farm, see how things are being produced. For instance, mango. People come, you know, the mango in season, they pick fresh mango. When they have vegetables now, sweet pepper, tomatoes, okras, what's not, they get fresh produce. So you don't have to worry about, oh, is it fresh? Is it good? No. You can come today and get fresh harvest. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to promote. Yeah, instead of too big when crowded in town, in Kingston, everybody, you know, trying to keep away from that.
Okay,
Bring the market out of town.
Mr. Miguel, you went to one of the top secondary schools in St. Vincent. You went on to come to the college.
Right.
You worked in a law firm, you worked in the government, and then you came into agriculture. Because I know you personally, I also know that you have siblings who are in the professions. One is a physician, for sure. You said another is an agronomist.
Right.
And you chose to be the hands-on one on the farm. What would you say to people who would feel that, you know, you are not as accomplished, your status is not as as great as other people? Okay.
Well, for all the years, what have been going on is that a lot of people getting into agriculture, but most of them is getting into agro business. which is taking the raw material and producing other products with it. And for all the years, the producers have been getting smaller and smaller and smaller, till we reach a point that we don't have much producers. But
You mean the people who actually grow the crops and
yes,
raise the
we
animals?
produce. Everybody want to manufacture. And without the product, you can't manufacture. So you have to have producers. So it leads to think that people is even developing synthetic materials to produce farming products. My thing is now, I'm into the field of producing. Once you produce, there are all the people who want to do the manufacturing, the agro processors. For instance, in St. Vincent we have a lot of people who are doing interior decoration, wreaths, floral arrangements, but they're not doing flowers. So we find that a lot of flowers and stuff is being imported from places like Florida, Miami. And we in St. Vincent, we can produce anything. So we should not be importing all these set of cut flowers and flowers from these places. We're supposed to be sending flowers to these places because of our organic soil, our volcanic ash. You know, we have a lot of potential. So being a producer, I look at it as the head. Everything else branch off from that. And that's why I choose to be the hands-on the farm, the producer, the man who is actually producing. Because a lot of people are not producing.
And what will you say to young people who are considering a career, a future in agriculture? Is it something from which you can make a decent livelihood?
Yes, you can make more than a livelihood from it, because you can make a livelihood and at the same time you can feed yourself, feed your family. And one of the biggest bill for a household family is food, because every day you have to eat. You wake up, whether you say you don't want to eat breakfast now, you have to eat during the day. So food is very important, and not even food, good food, chemical-free food, food that will give you energy. You don't want food that will make you sick. Then you have to go to the doctor now to use all kinds of synthetic medicines and those stuff, because the food is medicine. Food that you eat is medicine that helps heal yourself.
Okay, so Mr. Miguel, what would you say to young people who are considering getting into agriculture? What advice would you give to them?
Well, my advice is I encourage you, any young person who want to get in agriculture, is make a start. Make a start, then from there you will know where you is. And do not go in it just for the money alone, else you will have a lot of setbacks. Because it's not something you do today and tomorrow you make $1 million from. It's something goes with time. More you put in, is more you get. So don't look to start today and tomorrow you end up in the sky. You have to work for it, and don't be discouraged in it. More you work, is more you'll be encouraged because of your success. Failure, no problem. You just keep going at it. Keep going. Fail, go again until you succeed.
So in essence, you're saying, Mr. Miguel, that with time they would become like you and make $1 million.
Yeah, with time. Everything takes time. Yeah.
All right, thank you so very much, Mr. Miguel, for talking to me.
Yeah, everything takes time. And one more thing. You have to have a passion for agriculture to really be successful. Because if it's just for the money, you'll quit early. 1, 2 trial and you're out. You have a passion, Whether you do not make the money or not, you continue keeping at it. So just keep going at it. They are the pesticides of the farm. They walk around, they eat all the boo-boos, all the grasshoppers, all the ground puppies, you know, so they clean the soil and they clean the land. So you have to use no chemicals and all these synthetic sprays. You know, we have natural pesticides.